The Constitution of the United States sets several guidelines for the deployment of military forces by both the President and Congress. It is the President's power to be the Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy. Is that correct?
Yes.
And he can also deploy military forces for a period of about 6 months, right?
Yeah, and to keep him there, he needs to ask Congress for a vote, and they need to have 2/3 of the senators agree before he can do that, to keep him there.
Congress's job is to regulate and maintain the support of military forces in the United States. Is that true?
Yes.
And according to this, Congress can declare war with a 2 to 3 vote?
Yeah, 2/3 actually. The senators have to agree to declare war.
To put a military draft into place, both the Congress and the President must agree to do so.
Yes, although that's not a very smart thing to do. Lots of protests can happen from that.
Lots of protests can happen?
Yeah.
Okay. There have been several situations in America when Congress has declared war. Can you give me some examples?
Yes. In the War of 1812, we declared war against England. In the Spanish-American War, Spain. In the Mexican-American War, well, of course, Mexico. In the Civil War, we declared war against the South. More recently, World War I and World War II were also declared wars.
There were major conflicts when the President they deployed military forces. Can you give me examples of those situations?
Korea and perhaps most famously Vietnam also deployed forces in the Gulf War and most recently in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Drafts have occurred during World War I, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam.
Yes, and they were all very controversial.
The following clip is from the Mexican-American War.
When word of the attack reached President James Polk, he demanded Congress declare war against the nation he considered the aggressor, Mexico.
He is absolutely lying. He lies about American blood that was shed in American territory. The whole declaration is full of lies.
The following clip is from President Bush's Iraq deployment speech.
I would like to thank the members of the House of Representatives, just as I thanked Speaker Hastert and Leader Gephardt a few minutes ago for the very strong bipartisan vote authorizing the use of force in Iraq if it becomes necessary. The House debate was conducted in the best traditions of the United States Congress. It was spirited, it was civil, and it was informed. This is a debate and a decision that all Americans can be proud of.
The following clip is from Lyndon B. Johnson's Vietnam draft speech.
Arriving to make known his new decisions on Vietnam to a highly tensed Washington press conference, which is attended by his family, President Johnson explains the reasons for his actions in these historic words.
We intend to convince the communists that we cannot be defeated by force of arms or by superior power.
In summary, the Constitution gives the President and Congress many different powers to the deployment of military forces. These powers have been used many times throughout history, as this documentary has shown.